So here's the progress of the tiles. We got this first back wall done. As you guys can see, the cement walls are painted with this heavy duty waterproofing paint. So we did score it with some rough sandpaper, I think 60 grit, to give it better adhesion. And the tiles grab perfectly. And now we're working on the other side. On this side, we did hardy backer for the wall that we built, and this is special hardy backer, so it's more moisture water resistant for doing these type of projects. It's not the same thing as using on the floor tiles, under floor tiles. So this is the current progress. We're gonna finish these 3 walls. We're gonna seal all this up, then we'll do the floor. But for now, I'll show you guys a quick tip on tiling walls. I already have videos if you want to check the link below, or my channel on how to tile floors and some tips. So let me show you some wall stuff. Alright, so like I mentioned, some tips on tiling a wall. And this is in your kitchen, or in this case, we're doing a custom shower. What you're gonna need, cement. I'll post the link below what we used. It's top quality stuff. We already have it pre-mixed. You do want a thicker consistency. You don't want it too liquidy, as you are sticking wall tiles. So you know, you don't want to slide it off. We use some spacers to make sure everything's nice and even. We used 1/8, and these are shallow ones, so you can and have holes in them, so you can actually leave them inside and grout over it. We cut one end off because there are four sides. Obviously it's not going to work with this setup, so we just cut one each end off so you can easily do the spacing, and then we're saving the little pieces for the sides here. Subway tile, super inexpensive. It's perfect for this shower project. It's a basement project. And you know, some trowels and spackles and all that. We're using the same thing I use on small tiles for the floor, 1/4 inch for doing the cement. And basically what you're going to start with, just lay a base layer of cement like this here, so we know everything sticks good. And you can work, depending on your speed, if you're new to this or if you've been doing it, you know, or when you do a couple, you realize maybe you want to do 1 or 2 at a time, or 3. We've been doing 3 or 4 right now, but right now I'll set it up for 3. This is just a thin layer to make sure that all the cement is going to be sticking to the wall, or in this case the hardy backer. Now I'm going to get more cement and plop it on here so we can actually make our grout lines. I mean, our grout lines are cement lines with the trowel for the tiles to stick. So I'll do this whole section, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Alright, so I got my base cement layer now put down. Don't overthink it, just put what feels right, because you're gonna now scoop it all up with this. So we're not going 90 degrees, we're going, I don't know, maybe, 45 degrees or 90, probably like maybe 30-degree angle. But basically you wanna create nice lines. You're pushing into the wall and just gently going up. And that's what you want, right? I'm gonna do this for all the sections. And if you overlap them, that's fine. You just don't want extra cement, because the big clumps will not let you get the tiles in all the way. So these pieces I'll clean up. If you ever have any big voids, you can always put a little blob on the back of these tiles to make sure you have adhesion. So the reason we're making the lines, if you never tiled, is so you need to push the tiles in so they adhere good, and so you have enough space to push them in with the space voids, and so you can level them out with each other, so one's not sticking out more than the other. So normally you would just drop this right on and you'll be fine, but you do want to actually make sure you have a good layer of cement on here, just to make sure that every piece grabs. So all we're doing is a thin layer all on the tile, scrape off any excess. So now you see you have those like little lines of the tile peeking through, and now we have a tile that's ready to adhere. But the problem is I gotta do a little square here, so I'm just gonna drop this in here for now. And you will actually start with this one. That's my mistake. that. And one thing I forgot to mention, you definitely need sponges. If you want to keep cleaning this up as you work so the cement doesn't dry. So we'll put one more. Alright, so I'm not wasting everybody's time. I did pre-make a few of them. You can actually do a whole row or two. This stuff will not dry that fast. And now we're just going to plop them on one by one. For now, I'm just sticking it on. I'm not giving it any pressure, too much pressure yet. I just want to get it on there. Going to grab our other half here. And now with tiling, this is what I was telling you guys. To make sure everything's level, you give it a little push or even a little tap. With the floor, normally you put a 2x4 and tap it like that. Here you can just use your fist because these are small tiles. It's really by eye. Since these are small tiles, you can quickly see if it's level or not. So now the spacers. But before we do the spacers, we want to get all this extra cement out because we want to have space for our grout. And if you leave this cement in now, it's going to be a lot harder to get out later because you're going to have to scrape it all out with this diamond little saw thing. So if you keep this as clean as possible when you do the initial tiling, it will make your life a lot easier when you start grouting. So I'm just going to pop our spacers in. And you technically don't have to put one here since these two are holding it, but I want to make sure the top of this is also even, so I'm putting them everywhere. They are cheap. You get 600 of them in a bag. So, you know, your call. Do it right. Okay, so once you get your spacers in, make sure you're straight here. Push kind of everything together. Once again, check, make sure everything's level. Clean up all this stuff. I'm gonna get that with a sponge in a minute. But then you move on to the next row. And you just keep going. And you can do the spacers right now. You don't have to wait till you put all the tiles. Whatever works for you. Pop the next one on. Spacers again. And the spacers you can remove. You guys don't have to leave them in there. That's your call. There's all different types. If you go to Home Depot, you can even ask them, or Lowe's, even ask them in the department, you know, what they recommend. Different tiles, they might recommend different spacers. But you need them because without spacers, it's going to be a mess. So, finish this row, and then I'll just show you guys how it all looks once you clean it up. So we finished our rows. Now, like I said, clean it up. You can get one of the spacers, get into the grooves, get any extra cement out. As you guys can see, we have enough space in here to easily do the grout. If we want to, we can rip these spacers out as well later, but we probably will leave it. And now you can start working on your next layer. What I like to do, especially we're gonna mix more cement right now because we're out, I'm just gonna smooth this out because the cement will dry. And, you know, we want a nice clean start so there's no dried cement getting in our way. And then get your wet sponge and just wipe it up so it's flat. So you guys, that's it for this video. If you want to see the whole video of the shower build, we're going to post that once we finish the shower. I just wanted to post this for you guys with the tile tips. Check out my other videos on my channel, as well as we did a whole bathroom project. We did a bunch of other projects, car renovations and everything. So please subscribe, please follow, guys. Comments, questions below. You professional experts out there, if you're watching, comment below any feedback for us as we're still working on this and for others watching this video. And yeah, thumbs up and thank you guys.